Warning: the opinions expressed in this video do not represent YouTube, associations, agencies, nor any particular individuals. They are merely from a team assembled trying to pass the boredom of everyday life. Some explicit content may occur in this or future presentations. Viewer discretion may be advised. But ignore it if you're into that thing.
I'm Wes.
And I'm DJC.
And welcome to day 26 of the Wild Wolf Show SHOCKTOBERFEST. Today we have, I know I normally say interesting, this one is different. It is
very different.
It's 1986's Trick or Treat. Not to be confused with the later, in the 2000s, Trick or Treat, you know? I say Trick or Treat just to, make sure nobody gets confused. So we're going to just delve into this. So the story is about a kid named Ragman, which technically the movie was also side-titled Ragman, but for international purposes it was called Trick or Treat. But he is kind of an outsider, kind of a loner, bullied a lot, big metalhead. And he is obsessed with this musician named Sammy Kerr, who had went to his old high school about 20 years prior to him being there. And he lives off of every word this man sings. And Sammy Kerr was supposed to be part of their Halloween dance, and the town and whatnot said, no, it's not going to happen. And as little Ragman is dealing with his own personal problems, he sees on the news that his legendary, big idol, Sammy Kerr, dies. And during this time, he also meets one of his friends that is named Nuke, played by Gene Simmons, and he's a radio DJ. And during this time, he finds out that there is a album or a studio track that was never released. And so he gives it to Ragman, and Ragman starts playing it, and he notices that there are certain things that are going on in this record. So he starts playing it backwards and starts hearing a lot of subliminal messages, pretty much telling him to take out the bullies that are, treating him like crap. Well, as this is going on, a lot of crazy things happen. Sammy Kerr comes out from the album, wreaks havoc on the high school, and Ragman has to figure out how to defeat him. So that's it. And like we've said before, this is an 80s movie. Go to your local retail store, pick yourself up a copy, or it's YouTube.
Hey,
get yourself a link. So we're going to talk about what we like and what we don't like.
This is really hard for me because I really didn't like the movie.
It's okay.
But
it's not the greatest film in the world.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not one of Dino De Laurentiis' better works from his production company.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Go ahead and say it, man. This is social media. Say what the f*** you want, man.
I know. All right, I like that it was over after an hour and 37 minutes. I like that. I like that it was over after... No, actually, it's not... It's so bad. It did keep my interest. I did watch it. I didn't, like some movies, I kind of like, I'll be on my phone and just kind of hearing what's going on. I mean, I actually really did watch the movie. It was entertaining. Just wasn't greatly entertaining.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, for it being 1986 and it wasn't a high quality film, some of the special effects in there actually are pretty good.
Yeah.
They are pretty good. So I'll give it that. How about that?
What I like about it is the cameos. I mean, you have Gene Simmons as the DJ Nuke. You also have Ozzy Osbourne as a preacher on TV. I mean, talk about some irony right there.
And actually about that, you can, when he's talking, you can actually hear what he's saying, unlike how.
Well, you
later
know,
years.
well, you know most of
talking.
Most of that was an act, right?
Yeah,
Sharon, the dogs is crazy. Sharon. Nah, that was a. I normally can do a better Ozzy, but one thing I noticed, I didn't double check with IMDb or not, but there is one character that's kind of like this political activist, and she looked so familiar, and I'm pretty sure it was Large Marge from Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. So yeah. Other than that, I like the concept in a way. I mean, the story is not the best, but I'm saying it's like, troubled kid finds a record and he wants to get back at the bullies and whatnot, and it goes too far.
Yeah, I think the concept was good. The concept was good of where they were going. It just
the delivery
started to go off the rails with the introduction of him actually coming back. That kind of
Yeah.
I think more of the spirit itself, I think, would have had more of a long-lasting impact and would have made it a little bit more kind of creepy and eerie than seeing him come back to life.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's time to talk about what we don't like, even though DJC is kind of... But is there anything else that you want to talk about that you don't like about the movie?
Oh,
before I get into my spiel? Just go ahead and say it.
No, well, first of all, the name Trick or Treat. There's really has nothing to do with the movie.
No, originally the movie, the version that I've been watching from time to time is kind of the original cut or whatever it is, and the tagline is Ragman. So they just did it because it was a horror movie. It took place on Halloween. Why not just internationally just call it Trick or Treat? So, I mean, it was one of those independent films. So
yeah,
but I understand completely where you're coming from on that one.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's talk about the orgasm scene.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
So you guys haven't seen this movie. So the spirit is like coming through
the headphones.
Yeah, through electronics. So yeah, so she's wearing the headphones. She puts on, and all of a sudden the spirit's coming on to her, and she's getting into it, and it happens. It's
Was it needed?
It was not needed at all.
No, it wasn't.
It was not needed at all.
It wasn't. But they needed it, but like most horror films, you have
to
to
have a sex scene,
or at least some form of TNA.
Yeah.
And that was like near midpoint of the movie where there wasn't any whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you kind of have to give it, the fanboys and fangirls of horror movies their little fix. So yeah, I agree that wasn't really needed, but funny, but not needed.
Yeah. Oh, one last thing, and I'll let you say it.
Okay.
So there's a part where he trips, falls, and his hand goes into a toilet. We're talking about the ghost. I guess was he a ghost, demon? I mean, what are they?
I don't know. I mean, it was just apparition, pretty much.
That
had the powers of Raiden for Mortal Kombat.
Almost like Shocker,
it was kind of weird.
Kind of weird. So he falls, trip, and so happens his hand goes into this toilet, and then he goes and picks up his hand. The one girl goes to flush the toilet, and all of a sudden, automatically, you see his hand go right back into the toilet. Like, how did that...
Continuity error?
Right, is there some the suction happening from this toilet?
I don't know.
And so how do you go to the bathroom on this toilet?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So, yeah, so what didn't you like?
All right, two things in particular. The development of Ragman's character. It's that I understand troubled youth, bullied, and he wanted revenge. But it's like they almost made him worse than the bullies eventually. I mean, it's almost kind of like... It's almost like a character in Star Wars taking a trip to the dark side, where they just get more and more evil and everything. And then, it's like, he has like the error of his ways, but it's just kind of like, you went from being, I'm tired of being bullied and blah, 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 oh, I'm getting my revenge, what have I done?
Oh, you're talking about the Karate Kid syndrome.
Yeah. Pretty
yeah.
much. It's just, it's been done. It really has. I mean, so I'm just leaving it at that. The other thing is when Sammy Kerr appears at the Halloween dance.
Yeah.
And you hear people yelling, oh my gosh, it's Sammy Kerr, even though he had just died the day before.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then some people are saying, oh, he's better than the original. But I'm thinking, the dude's got scars all over his face. He appeared out of nowhere. He's killing people off.
Yeah.
Does it remind you a little bit of the pool scene in Nightmare 2?
Exactly.
Why was that? I mean, and honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I've noticed something recently. I mean, and some of you know that we film these episodes out of context or out of schedule.
Yeah.
I've realized we have done quite a few episodes this year where something happens at a dance.
Yeah.
Prom night, Prowler. It's like
the 80s. That's why, and that's why even like in Stranger Things.
Okay.
And there's a dance, like so. Yeah,
very reminiscent of
Carrie.
80s,
yeah.
But Carrie was in the 70s, but yeah, it's a lot of nods on that. But I mean, it just kind of threw me off. I'm just thinking, why is this needed? Like, why did they have to go about it this way? It just seemed too Elm Street-esque. And I mean, the only funny thing about it was when the Humpty Dumpty got blown up. I'm just thinking, people are dying and you're still sitting up on the goddamn rail. It's like, I know you're in this big soup. Get out of there!
Oh, you know what? I almost forgot a thing I did like. Billy Bob from Showbiz Pizza. The guy dressed. You only see him for a small time there when he comes out on the stretcher. But I'm like, where's Billy Bob?
Yes, I totally forgot about that.
That was good. That was good.
All right, well now it's just time to grade this movie. Obviously, I'm just going to pass this off to you because you definitely have some sort of burning hatred for this. I mean,
I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it a D.
A D.
I'm gonna give it a D.
Okay.
One of the things we didn't talk about yet, in which we have to, is the lip syncing of the singer in the dance
with the band Fastlane
it was
playing. Yeah.
So bad. I mean, like Milli Vanilli, was way more believable.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I totally. I thought about talking about that, but I was just like. Nah, because for me, ladies and gentlemen, this movie was kind of one of those guilty pleasure movies I watched in college, hanging out with some buddies, having a couple beers and stuff like that. And it was just like a schlock film, It's like you wanted some cheap humor, some cheap just it's like I don't know why I'm watching this, but yet I can't turn away. But as much as I want to agree with Danny on this one, I'm gonna say C- though. I mean, mainly because. Ozzy and Gene, they held their own as cameo appearances in this movie, which I thought was funny. I mean, Ozzy was only in there for a brief period of moments, but I mean, Gene Simmons was too, but I mean, at least their characters were, they worked.
Right.
One of them was a satire, and then the other one was kind of this manifestation of who Gene Simmons really is, just kind of this outspoken loudmouth and kind of a pomp and in a way, but still, it works. So, yeah. That is Trick or Treat in a nutshell. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and as always, push that red button. And don't forget to ring that bell for instant notifications on upcoming episodes on Dragonfire Entertainment. Until then, I'm Wildman Wes.
And I'm DJC.
And we'll see you next time for Day 27 of the Wild Wolf Show's Shocktoberfest. See you soon. Hi, honey. So, I'm trying to figure out what to do for this next movie. I mean, I think about ideas for how we're going to tell the fans what exactly we're going to watch, but right now, I hate to do this to you. I have to go use the bathroom. I will be right back.
Okay. Don't be too long.
Hey, sweetie. What were we talking about again?
Something wrong?
Yeah, you're weird.